Tonight on Noir, we talk business with retired NFL player Andrew Klein. The Springfield XDM is almost too good a gun, and I have a minute to make up in Stage 9 of the challenge.
And we're back with another episode of Noir. What's on your mind today?
On my mind today is the discussion of shotguns for self-defense in the home.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
I love the shotgun. I haven't hidden that, especially the pump action. But one of the myths I always hear is shotguns are so great for home defense because you just don't need to aim them. You just shoot them in a general direction, everything disappears. The thing is in houses, you're gonna have about a 7-yard shot maximum distance unless it's a really long hallway or something. So self-defense in the house is gonna be very close quarters. A shotgun with buckshot, which I think is probably the best for home defense, you know, double odd buck, triple odd buck, it's gonna have a pattern about the size of a tennis ball inside of a house. So it's like shooting a really big bullet.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't spread out to be the size of an entire wall in your house instantaneously. It does that like at 30 yards, 40 yards.
I'm gonna have to go against the idea of recommending shotguns for home defense, at least from a pump action standpoint.
All right,
Everyone knows who's been watching this show that me and the pump action shotgun have a very volatile relationship. My only thing about it is it's too easy to mess up. It seems like a simple action, but it's not. It's the same way that Darren, who drives a manual transmission vehicle, can get in a car with the Tiptronic and still miss a gear, even though it's back and forth.
Right.
I think that for a lot of people, I think there's a misconception that the shotgun, or at least the pump action shotgun, is an easy platform. It's not. It's easy. It is easy, but it's also easy to mess up because you can short stroke it. You could forget that you haven't loaded the next chamber.
Yeah.
You could, and there's a lot of activity that goes on with it, as opposed to, say, in my mind, a semi-auto shotgun, where it's literally you pick up, point, and shoot.
Yeah.
And so I'm not gonna go so far as to say I think it's the best platform for the vast majority of people. I can't honestly say that after me and the pump action developed the relationship that we had. I respect it for what it is, and I really do, but I just think that it's a bit more difficult than people give it credit for.
Yeah, but you know what I do think with the pump action? I mean, because that actually would be the only type of shotgun that I would want if I was gonna have a shotgun for home defense, because of the noise that it makes. Like, there's nothing more intimidating than that.
Bad guys are born with the fear of that noise. They really are. I mean, they might not have ever seen a pump action shotgun, but they know if they're breaking into a house and they hear that, that they need to get onto another house or down the street somewhere.
And I think, ironically enough, that's one of the kind of played up aspects in Hollywood that kind of work to our advantage.
Right.
Because a lot of the bad guys who are involved in some of these home invasions probably know, all of the knowledge they have about shotguns stems from what they see in movies.
Yeah.
So when they do hear that pump action, they do believe that the pattern spreads this wide in the house and that you don't even have to aim, so that the minute they come around the corner, boom, it's done. So I think it's ironic how that actually, like the misconception in Hollywood actually works to your advantage.
Yeah, I think good. It scares them off.
That's a very good point, but I do want to stress shotguns, whether semi-automatic, pump, and I know some guys like Rob Pincus is one who says 20 gauge, way to go for home defense. I like 12 gauge. He knows more than I do on the subject, though, I'll have to admit that. But 20 gauge, like semi-automatic or something, still, in the house, you've got to almost act like it's a rifle. You can't just shoot for a general area. So people need to understand that. I love the hat, I have to say, this week. It looks great on you.
But there's
there's actually a reason, Amy, that he's wearing this hat, because a lot of times he just wears hats for no particular reason, whether it's the
I always
Jets
have a
or the
reason
Giants.
for wearing a hat, and sometimes it's for no reason.
Why are you wearing this hat this week? Because there is a reason.
There is a reason.
And?
I have a good friend who used to play for the Rams.
Oh.
Just
maybe
saying.
a guest this week on our show?
Yeah, he was a guest this week on our show, and his name is Andrew Klein.
All right, so we're gonna run stage 7. We're gonna start at the 20-yard line, 2 shots on steel with a handgun, run to 70, 10 shots on steel, and then run across the 100-yard line. No shooting at that point, but that's when the clock stops. So let's make sure your rifle is zeroed.
You got it.
Nice.
Do you have a bullet on you? I need a bullet for my bullet button.
Looks like that thing is on. What
the hell is a bullet button? That's what we have to have in California. It's a button that makes it so you can't release your magazine.
What evil son of a bitch came up with that? Let me get this straight. So, you can't release this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, so you need a bullet, not a magazine full of bullets.
Yes, so I can release my 10-round California
Someone
legal.
explain to me.
So wait a second.
the point of
So,
that shit?
so you realize that this is stage 7. This requires him to have 10 hits on steel and he's using a 10-round magazine. Why would you bring a 10-round magazine?
That's all we're allowed in California.
We're in America today, so you're going to be using 30-round magazines.
It's funny because you have an American flag on your gun.
I know, I had to counterbalance the
Doesn't
California
really make a lot
law
of
with
sense.
America.
I was going to say,
MURICA.
he's quick. He's quick as a cat. You see how he got down there? All right, that's a big man running right there.
He's moving though.
Yeah.
Oh,
going
he hit
prone.
the lay down.
Yeah. He took a little time to get set up, but I mean, it wasn't that he was going down, so. Look at that.
Damn, he got him quick.
Oh, yeah. Whoa! That is a big man running right there.
Sometimes I pray for him to do ugly. Like that.
Oh.
See, he's gonna be pissed.
Oh, I get to make fun of him at dinner tonight that I got it in 2 and it took him 3, huh? All right now.
Make it even worse and buy his dinner.
Right now, my guess is he misses 2 shots here. Yeah, I might be wrong.
Yeah, Aaron,
Wow. All right,
I
I'll
think
tell
he
you
made
what.
up time.
So most guys who mess up early, they mess up a second time, but Darren clearly got through that. That's well done.
Yeah.
Well done, Lesort. Watch him smoke it. I'm feeling good about
Well,
this.
I think he shot before the actual beeper went, but he is running.
He's quick.
Oh,
he
he's
goes
going
down.
pro now.
He goes down. That guy can shoot quick.
Yep.
All right, here he
Go,
is.
baby, that IT
It'll be a good
man's gonna
time.
hold
It'll
up.
be a good time.
Oh, yeah. So that reminded us why we love the freestyle shooting right there, because it's been a while since we ran a
we
stage,
actually run a
really.
stage, yeah.
And I mean, every time we run it, we want to run it again because we know we can tweak something to make it faster. And that's what's so cool about this. I love it. And it gets my blood going every damn time.
I had an epiphany for sure.
I mean, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you slid, which was awesome. 23, 24, 29. And, you know, I mean, it's just, we could continue to do this and each improve, run more slowly, run faster. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was great. I thought, you know, it combines focus with speed, with, you know, with literally just getting your heart rate down
Right.
so you could shoot.
Right.
You got the competitive juices flowing. I loved it.
And
I want to
you-
go
and-
again.
And you are a competitor. I mean, having played football all your life, including into the NFL. So you said something when you went prone, getting down, getting up
Yeah.
quickly. That's something you did in a game all the time. You had to get up and make another block.
Right.
Dude, he got so fast.
Cat. He was a cat.
And I was
like
like,
that.
whoa. I was like, I don't remember how you got up. I don't know if you went knees first. I don't know if you sprung
Right.
up. I
But it was
just
boom.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like an explosion. And that is, so we talk about what makes a good shooter athlete. Clearly, your experience in the NFL doing that and practicing it on, you know, your entire life going into the NFL has helped in this instance. Now, you had a problem with the grass when you went prone, which is another lesson for reality because I know just lots and lots of hunting. It's very rare that you can get a clear prone shot unless you're elevated
Right.
because of terrain features, just little slopes that when you're standing you never see. You didn't notice that when you were standing necessarily, but just that grass being about 6 inches long got in the way. So that actually took some seconds off your time because you had to get clear of that obstruction.
I'll run my mouth about that all day. I think we can find a better place to do that.
And where are we going? One of our favorite places?
Truck yard, baby.
It is. So you're gonna finally see the truck yard.
I can't wait. I've
What
heard
you're
all
talking
about it.
about.
I've seen the review. You know, I can't wait.
Let's do it.
The Springfield XDM is a gun that suffers from being too good. Most handguns have a fatal flaw. Glocks are ugly. HKs can be disrespectfully expensive. SIGs don't believe in low bore access. And M&P triggers are annoyingly uncommunicative. You can easily look at the Springfield XDM and realize Springfield consciously tried to make the most perfectly imperfect handgun on the planet. With an almost overwhelming number of lines and arrows, the gun looks like it was designed by a kid with a severe case of ADD. However, it works. The XDM is a really cool looking gun. The XDM isn't a cheap gun, but the price is competitive. But you also get more extras with a Springfield purchase than you get in a swag bag at the Grammys. The gun looks like it might be a bit unwieldy and aggressive, but the in-hand ergonomics are spot on. The bore access won't win any awards, but it's far better than HKs and SIGs. The trigger is a little long, but it's really smooth with confidence-inspiring predictability. So, essentially, the XDM does just about everything right, with none of the fatal flaws of some of its major competitors. But see, that's the problem. The gun does all of the right things. So much so, the gun ends up feeling a little lifeless. It's an incredible gun, but I can't help feeling its perfect imperfection is a little contrived. And it bothers me because the gun is really that good, but I don't see myself falling madly in love with it. I'm like a young girl going through her bad boy phase. It's like I need something to complain about in order to fall in love. Ironically, I'm complaining about a gun because it has nothing to complain about. I think I need a therapist.
So you had some time on the range, shot athletically with us, and your business history is taking certain activities that aren't necessarily big on a big public stage and making them big. And we want to talk to you about possibly doing that or the potential for doing that with freestyle shooting. Yeah. So how would we go about making freestyle shooting something like X Games or like the skateboarding has become or BMX racing or whatever it is?
Right. Well, so the things that work.
Right.
And people shoot.
Yeah.
People love to shoot.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that people would love to watch shooting. It's just in its current iteration right now, it's very antiquated. The competition shooting that exists now was developed a long time ago. You know, the target shooters, they're incredibly skilled people, but it's just not entertainment that is current. So 20 years ago, if somebody told you that triathlon is going to be in the Olympics or snowboarding, you would have told them they're crazy.
Right.
Now they're two of the most popular sports, and I truly believe that fitness will be in the Olympics, and shooting is already in the Olympics. Right. And if you guys, figure out the model to make it current, then it'll be in the Olympics and be really popular because it's popular already.
Making it something that the crowd understands better, that the crowd can engage in a little bit more, right. Something that really presents itself as being consumed by a large audience.
One still target, field,
right.
Run, shoot. Like, I mean, to me,
right.
I think for people who are just getting into it, because some of these competition sports, like you said, it's very precise discipline.
Yeah.
That
too many rules.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can be a little daunting for some people to get into. If it evolves to that from the entry point of athletic shooting, shit, so be it.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. I sort of analogize where you guys are to where boxing and wrestling and jiu-jitsu, they all were before the UFC.
Yeah.
There's all these individual disciplines that you could be a great boxer, but if you saw a wrestler, there'd be a fight that sort of ended on the ground and it was ugly. And now you've seen it evolve into the UFC where you have to be a good wrestler, you have to be a good boxer, you have to be good at jiu-jitsu, you have to have endurance, you have to have all these things. So I'll bet you if you took out the best skeet shooter and the best handgun shooter and the best rifle shooter, in all of your different challenges, they're gonna all excel in one,
right.
And then they're gonna be horrible in the others.
Yeah.
And 10 years from now, if they all did that, then they would all pick up each other's skills and you'd have a more evolved shooter that's more entertaining to watch, more well-rounded, and it's the difference between a mixed martial arts fighter now fighting a boxer.
So if we found a venue, so freestyle shooting, let's say we found an arena in Dallas or Nashville or somewhere where we could bring a bunch of dirt in, create a backstop, create a safe audience perspective, have scoring electronically where the bullets hitting the target are going to be up projected on a big screen.
So you guys literally have the field drawn and you know, really brilliantly drawn out.
Thanks.
You know, it just takes renting an arena.
Right.
And you know, I mean, I would certainly suggest doing it here in Texas before you come to California. Because,
or Massachusetts.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it takes getting the arena going and setting it up and going and doing it, which takes capital.
Yeah. I just think that a lot of people would say, that would be too dangerous. There's no way we can make it happen. But you're talking about some of the technologies in shoot houses.
I've been in a shoot house where literally it looks just like a house.
And you're shooting
and
live
you're
ammo.
shooting live ammo into these screens, and it's catching the bullet, stopping the bullet from going outside of the house. I mean, why couldn't we use that in the arena? I'm pretty sure you want to bring loads and loads of dirt in and build mounds inside of an arena, knowing you. But I mean,
you got to move some dirt.
Yeah, but I mean, even then, you could drop sponsors on the backdrop of those things. I mean, I personally think it's more feasible than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and the safety concerns are always on top of everyone's minds. But I'm like, you go to races and they're doing upwards of 200 miles an hour in a circle. It's really all about the responsibility of the people involved.
Right.
Yeah. That really what it boils down to. Pretty much everything in life is dangerous.
Right.
This platform will be a constant, steady reminder of that, because you'll see the pros out there practicing safety at the highest
Fingers
levels.
off the trigger when they're moving, all that.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're the best in the world. They're not complacent about it.
You're right. Well, we appreciate
Totally.
it, man. It's exciting stuff. It's not impossible, like you said. Some of the activities that are in the Olympics right now, like snowboarding and whatever else, no one 20 years ago would have ever thought it possible.
Yeah.
Now it's reality.
I actually think that this sport is somewhat like the Indian Cricket League in India. India, who is, loves cricket. It's their national sport, right?
Okay.
And you had all these people who wanted to consume cricket.
Right.
But the events before were these 7-day events, and they were, mismanaged, misrun. And so some smart business guys went in there and made a 1-day, quick, short event like a sport should be.
Okay.
They brought in the right business practices, and within years you saw these teams sell for hundreds of millions of dollars.
Wow.
And their content is worth billions of dollars, right? Jesus. You guys have what they have. You have a country who is founded on the principles of the Second Amendment. First, second, all these amendments. You have millions and millions and millions of active, healthy shooters out there who would love to watch this that don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you put it together the right way, like in India, you're gonna have an immediate audience. You're not having to educate people on it like
Right.
the UFC had to,
Interesting.
and like triathlon had to, and how CrossFit's having to now. But
People already get it.
they already want it.
Organically.
He just calls
They want it.
athletic shooting cricket.
That's awesome. I've never heard of it.
I kind of like it though. Go.
All right, athletic shooting, cricket, India, U.S.
Cheers.
2, 3.
He's
He's
smoking it
he's
now.
right on it, yeah.
And the problem with something like this, when you get behind like this, I can't strategize it.
Adventure breeds character, and the path should be less traveled. Independence breeds survival, and you must depend on who you know you are. Your inspiration drives you to never waste a moment. As a pioneer, an advocate, a gun owner, it's time to celebrate your lifestyle every single day.
I'm so glad that we had somebody come on the show that could really just help us flesh out something that we had brought up a few months ago with making freestyle shooting a spectator sport.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, we talked about the whole gun fest idea before.
Yeah.
And, a lot of people were on board with it, but then there were a lot of people who immediately jumped to the safety concern aspect of it.
Yeah, which is a valid concern.
Yeah, but it was good to kind of witness it through his eyes as he made the vision seem even more plausible than before. So
I
thought
just
that was pretty
love how he does have that vision deep into the future. He's done it with other sports teams, other sporting activities as a businessman at Park Lane. I mean, I really envy that because I don't have that kind of vision, but he does, and he really thinks and believes that freestyle shooting has a future.
You can tell. I mean, and he just gave us the tools to continue to dream big.
Right.
Well, I know, speaking of competitions, people will probably want to see what's going to happen in the next course. So, Katie, can you catch us up to where we're at right now?
Okay, so after stage 8, Colion, you are running at 6 minutes and 35 seconds, and Lesort, you're running at 5 minutes and 37 seconds. So, but I'm ready for everyone to see stage 9.
Me too.
This week's stage brings the smaller chest box target back into play. Starting from a standing position at 100 yards, shooters have to go prone immediately to square up a single AR shot on the box. After a hit, they'll run forward for 10 chest box hits from the 50-yard line. This very short stage is unforgiving to anyone who struggles to land their 100-yard shot quickly. So look for both shooters to take a bit of extra time to make sure their first shot hits pay dirt. All right, as we watch Lesort get geared up for this, this is all about precision and accuracy because it's not just hitting the steel, it's hitting the chest box. What do you think about when you're getting ready to shoot this rifle when it's so precise and so about that accurate shot?
I usually try to think smaller than the actual target.
Okay.
So if I'm aiming at the chest box, I'm aiming at something smaller. And so that's typically how I feel like I get on target.
Gotcha. You're a lot faster up and down than he is.
Well, the problem for me, though, is getting that first shot set.
Right.
One, two, three.
He's
he's
smoking it now.
right on it, yeah.
And the problem with something like this, when you get behind like this, I can't strategize it. It's like you just get up and get the hits or you don't.
All right, how we do?
We are registered at 36.13.
36.13.
You're gonna kill yourself when I come back from a minute behind.
All right.
That was a good run.
He's getting his game plan ready over here. We've basically figured out that the game plan is you can't have a game plan.
Are you trying to help him, though? That's the thing I want to know. Are you trying to help him?
I mean, I am an athlete at heart.
When he was over there, when we started, you said you were rooting for me.
All right, shooter ready?
Shooter ready.
Wait for the beep. 2, 1.
All right, Lesort, as we watch Colion get started,
Yeah.
I mean, you're doing the age-old thing, which he's dead on with that shot. In basketball, when a team was up by 30 and they still press, that's what you're doing. I mean, you were just spot on. You're not letting up. You're going to make it very, very hard to even give him a chance to catch up, which is cool. But hey, he might be on it now. He seems to be.
He's running really well as long as he doesn't have to do another reload. But you know what? It's a good point. One of the problems that I have when I play tennis in particular back in the day is I could never put people out. I could just I could never.
You got to have that killer instinct.
Unfortunately, I know there's a chance that he comes back.
Well, there's always that chance. That's what's so cool about this game and about making their multiple stages. It's not just one and done.
35.67.
Hey, way to go. That was a good time. Were you happy with your time?
I am now.
Right when I was talking a little smack, all of a sudden he comes back with a half-second win.
I love it. I do enjoy when you're smack. Yeah, when he beats you when you've been smack talking. That's kind of fun to watch.
Like I said, you're gonna hate it. When I come back from a minute.
Would you guys have done anything different?
So seeing us both go down to prone, we both took too much time on that first shot.
Yeah.
Trying to be too precise as a chest box hit. Yeah. So you feel like you need to be really precise. That chest box is like probably 6 inches wide and about 10 inches long. We could have done it faster.
Do you feel like you would have lost more time shooting several times and missing versus just taking the initial time to and be very accurate?
It's better to be patient. More patient. Err on the side of patience than speed.
Can we write down the day? I never thought I'd hear Colion say that after seeing him
That's
shoot.
why I was so confused. I mean, I saw
learning.
Taking those last 10 shots, I'm like, he is really focusing on accuracy.
That's the real question. He has his own mind.
Right. It's a separate entity. I mean, you have conversations with it, sometimes listens, sometimes doesn't. But the other thing I do differently is when we ran forward and had the 10 chest box hits, going prone. Going back to prone would have been well worth it because you're so much more stable, so much faster. We both shot standing.
Not only that, at the end of it, we were done. It's not like you had to get back up and then sprint somewhere else.
Cool. So, Katie, tell everybody where we're at right now.
Okay, so even though Colion did win that stage, we're proud of you. The overall scores right now, Colion is running at 7 minutes and 10 seconds, and Lesort is running at 6 minutes and 13 seconds. Definitely still anybody's game, though. We got a lot of stages left.
Awesome. Well, we do have a lot of stages left, so you guys don't forget to use hashtag if you're for Team Lesort or hashtag Team Noir, and we'll see you guys next week.
Next week on Noir.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run stage 2 again. Whoever loses the stage, because I want you to slow down and become more accurate, is gonna have to spend a minute
with one of the best fighters in the world in the ring.
Nice.
Oh, I got a hamstring cramp.
I know, watch your footing, watch your footing in here.
I was gonna say, his run is starting to struggle a little bit.